Good morning. It's Saturday morning, November 20th, 2021, and it's time for your morning walk with me, Sophfronia. I am in New York City. I'm at Rockefeller Center. My son is attending the anime convention at the Javits Center, so I'm walking here. This week, I'm thinking very much about a podcast interview I recorded recently for a podcast based in England. And there was a question that the interviewer asked me that I'm still kind of troubled about. We were talking about Thomas Merton, and he asked me how Thomas Merton would feel about the fact that he had essentially died a meaningless death. And that bothered me, meaningless death. What is that? And I asked him, I said, does this mean that if Merton had died at the age of 88 in his bed at his hermitage, that death would be somehow more meaningful? I think we think too much about the way we die. Are we saying that because he died accidentally at 53 of accidental electrocution, that death is somehow wipe out all of the things that he wrote, all of the things that he taught us, all of the things that he left? Yes, it's tragic. Yes, it's awful. Meaningless? I don't think so. And maybe this is bugging me because, and I hope I don't start crying, I'm thinking about my sister who died very young. I'm thinking about my dear friends Rob and Katie, who also died very young. And I refuse to believe that their deaths were meaningless just because they weren't here as long as the rest of us. So instead of focusing on how someone died, I prefer to think about how they lived. And I think a lot about the song from Rent, right? How do you measure a life? How about we think about the love that people have in their lives, the love they expressed, whether it be love for a family or just love for the world. My friend Rob left behind a tremendous collection of photographs that he took of birds, of flowers, of people. He loved life, and that is the legacy he's left us. My dear Katie loved reading. She was an award-winning audiobook narrator, and she left behind a body of work that showed her love of words and of stories, a legacy that actually speaks to the loss of her father, because when he died, when he was ill, she read to him. My sister left behind a legacy of laughter and joy, and we still think about that even though she left this world 10 years ago. So how about this? How about we say no more meaningless deaths? How about we focus on, which we can't control, right? We cannot control the way we die or when we will die, but we can control how we live and what we bring into this world and how people choose to remember us. Let's focus on that. I'm going to keep walking. It's a beautiful day in the city. I will talk to you again soon. Bye.